Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL. It's so great to be with you guys tonight. We've got another great topic for you tonight, but I want to thank all of our friends, our colleagues, and our wonderful associates for popping in, for you for coming in. We start on a Saturday, we roll the way through the week, and we end up on a Friday. And I want to thank you for coming back. If you're watching us on those replays, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon, whatever you choose to watch us, I appreciate that because you're making a difference in your life. And that is really important. Let's get right into the master topic, shall we, everyone? Here it is. Get ready. How to Take Criticism, Series 2, Show 9, Episode 5. That's Year 2, Show 9, and Episode number 5. All right, so let's talk a little bit about criticism. Many times, criticism is actually elicited because of a fight or flight mechanism or because of fear, right? That's probably a very big reason why it happens. The truth of the matter is that criticism is a necessary component that helps us become better versions of ourselves. And that's really the truth of the matter. Now, criticism. One area where it might be hard to get and receive criticism might be from your parents, right? Maybe because they're criticizing you so much that you can't take it. And so you have to realize they're doing this because they love you and they want to see you become really the best version of yourself. And sometimes when they don't see it in your future, like tomorrow, then they panic. And this is when, they start to tell you things because they just want everything to go well for you. And they don't want you to have struggles or challenges, which I think is a great thing. However, if you don't have any struggles or challenges, you're never going to be able to grow. You're never going to be able to make that impact in your life. Okay. And I think that's probably the biggest thing I want to say to you is that you never can have that impact in your life. Impacts in your life. They make a difference to who you are. And so when we think about what could be going on as opposed to criticism, okay? And I guess the point I want to bring up is how criticism can make a change in your life. It really can. Many times you're going to get criticism for so many different people that you don't even know, but suddenly they want to chime in with their 2 cents. Now, I'm not saying that that's bad, but you don't even know them. You don't know what they stand for. And you really don't know if they're going to be able to help you or if this is just some nonsense, right? There's no trust that has been built there. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'm going to tell you. So, trust has to be built. If trust isn't built, you're never going to be able to have a solid platform, one where you can take criticism and then you can interpolate it, extract it, and figure out what it's going to take to get to that next milestone in your life. I mean, what it's going to take. Is it going to be something you could do easily? Is it going to be something that's going to require some more work? I mean, what is it going to take, ladies and gentlemen, for you to become a better version of yourself? And so it's going to take hard work. It's going to take CCF, consistent constructive feedback. One of the hardest criticisms that we have in life to take is the one from ourselves. I mean, we want everything to be perfect. However, it sometimes is not. And then we start to ring the panic bell. And then you don't know why you started or why something is a certain way, but all you know is that you just can't get anywhere in your life. You can't get anywhere in your life. And so, how do you make a difference with that? Hmm. Making a difference in your life happens because of things you notice, things you observe. And these things you notice and observe can help really set the stage for who you are and who you are becoming. Okay. And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is crazy because a lot of people don't want to experience consistent constructive feedback. They don't. And the reason they don't is because now they know they're going to have to change. And they may not be on board with how they change. And so if change is inevitable, and you know that if you do the same thing over and over again, expect different results, we know what Einstein said, that's insanity. Thus, you need to make what I call course corrections. These are things that can help navigate you to be closer on your path. They're almost like micro adjustments. And if you keep making micro adjustments, then guess what happens? You're going to be able to make differences. Because if you made no adjustments in your life, you know what will happen? You're going to go nowhere. You're going to go nowhere. Now, that may sound a little bit crazy for you, but you know what? It is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's the truth. So, criticism comes as a way for us to understand our life, where we're going, what we're doing. Okay. And when we do this, it's like we don't necessarily understand. We don't necessarily understand why something is the way it is. So, what can you do in your life, ladies and gentlemen? What can you do in your life? I'll tell you that nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. And I'll tell you that when I say nothing's easy, it's because we learn along the way. If we have not learned, then how are we ever going to grow? How are we going to become better than who we are? We've talked about consistent constructive feedback, but it's more than just giving feedback. It's understanding how we're going to respond, how we are going to alter the course of our path. And by altering this course, how is that going to align us to be more in congruency with our goals? So we're talking about goals. And this links to the most important thing we're talking about tonight, which is consistent constructive feedback. And so whether you're trying to do it to achieve a goal, whether you're trying to do it to just, do what the boss wants, or maybe you're really seriously just trying to get better at everything in your life. And so you're starting to realize that, hey, I need to observe what I'm doing now, that I need to make a course correction. How many of you have ever gone on a trip before? I'll give you an example of one. I had this guy, we were going on a ski trip. And because we were going, the weather was getting bad. We flew into Boise, Idaho, and we had to get to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, when we got to Boise, Idaho, plane landed, and they told us they had some bad news because the other plane was delayed. Then they told us that airport was closed in Jacksonville, Wyoming, and then they told us that they can get us there, but it's going to be a few hours, and they're going to be chartering buses for us. So, just to give you an idea, how many hours from, let's say, Boise, Idaho to Jackson Hole, Wyoming? How many hours is that? About 6 hours and 2 minutes. And so I remember the driver of this commercial bus, as I was, kind of up. We were all sleeping on the bus, and I was up, and then I heard him say something like, "Oh, like some words that weren't great." And I said, "What's the matter?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. This is I just made a wrong turn about an hour and a half ago, and I've got to turn around and go back." And suddenly everybody started waking up. "Well, what do you mean you made a wrong turn?" "He just got to turn around and go back." "Where?" "Well, remember when those two roads?" "Yeah, well, I wasn't supposed to go left. I was supposed to go right." And they're like, "You're kidding me." No. And so that path that he had didn't make a difference in his life. Didn't make a difference. Why? Because he knew that he had made the wrong choice hours ago. And so you can't go back and undo that choice. But what you can do is learn from it. So next time you have a fork in the road, you can decide, well, should I go left? Should I go right? It's not just flipping a coin, it's analyzing what's the best way to go. That's right. I said analyzing. Now, when we analyze something, we look at the good, we look at the bad, and we try to make deductions on what we could do to have a much better experience. Think about what that means to you. We talk about different experience. Many, many different experiences. And I think different experiences come down to how we can grow. And these experiences that we have will allow us to, how can I say, they will allow us to critique. It will allow us to critique who we are and give great feedback to other people. Great feedback to other people. I'll tell you that making a minor course correction in your life could get you to see a lot of different perspectives. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this amazing Wednesday evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And be sure to go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a savory dessert. What was so great with those pennies and dollars? We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even as silly as to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to change your life. And I know that's what you guys want. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And feel free to rewatch this as many times as you want because there's a lot of great nuggets in here that I think will make a difference in your life. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.